Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Time. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Hello, welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where as usual, we take a look at news from our city, from our state, and our country. We take a look at your comments, ideas, and suggestions, and today you get to find out the kind of silly stuff that keeps me awake at night. I'm going to have a survey later on today about something that is totally silly, but you know, it's what keeps me up awake at night. It's Thursday, October 3rd, and I hope everybody's having a great morning. I'm having a great morning, and we had a great spotlight yesterday. We're going to talk briefly about that, and as usual, I have news for you, so if you have a specific comment that you wish to bring to our attention, please add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment. If you would like a little welcome when you are watching live for the first time, if that fits your bill, just write a capital letter N as in new, and we'll give you a nice little welcome. But as always, we start with the news. Sometimes we start with a blank page. La la la. And here we go. So we start with our mayor. Mayor Munguía began his administration tackling two important issues for Puerto Vallarta, the first of which is trash collection and management, a challenge he inherited from the outgoing administration. Munguía managed to obtain 9 garbage trucks on loan to attempt to mitigate the problem, stating that this is just a temporary emergency measure and that it will take approximately 15 days for trash collection service in Puerto Vallarta to go back to normal. We are going to keep our fingers crossed for that one. Equally important, however, is the repair of a large number of potholes in streets throughout the city. Munguía launched an emergency program in several neighborhoods to also try and mitigate this issue. And as I mentioned yesterday, Governor Alfaro was in town for his photo op at the inauguration of the northbound lateral road along Francisco Medina Asensio Avenue. I actually took a city bus into town yesterday, and it's looking quite spiffy. Of course, as a former cyclist, one has to wonder, why are the city mayor and state governor riding bicycles without a helmet? I mean, call me picky, but if these gentlemen are supposed to lead by example, one would think they would be wearing their helmet, right? Well, maybe not so right. Also, I have good news. Nationwide, the so-called chair law was approved with unanimous vote in favor by the Chamber of Deputies. Now the initiative moves to the Senate as part of its legislative process. What does it mean? Well, if this chair law is approved by the Senate, the law obligates employers to provide chairs and regular breaks for employees that work on their feet. And this, of course, is excellent news. The idea of having to work an entire shift on my feet without having the opportunity to sit down and rest occasionally just doesn't feel good. So believe it or not, there's going to be a law for that. Now, in contrast, Ricardo Monreal, who is the Chamber of Deputies Morena coordinator, informed that the initiative to reduce the work week from 48 to 40 hours per week was rejected by the Chamber of Deputies. The 40-hour work week is one of 100 promises made by President Claudia Sheinbaum during her campaign. So the initiative is likely to be, debated again in the future. And, of course, let us lead into our weather by first taking a look at Tropical Depression 11E, the latest tropical depression that we've been paying attention to. This is now headed to land in the state of Oaxaca, south of Jalisco, before even becoming a major threat. That said, heavy rain is expected to follow in the states of Oaxaca and Chiapas. Let us take a quick look at what's going on in our neck of the woods. The weather in Alexandria is cloudy with a chance of dragon fire. Of course, I have no idea where Alexandria is, but I can tell you that we're enjoying 30 degrees right now and humidity is at 75%. Our forecast for today, mostly cloudy skies in the morning with rain in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 23%, a high of 32 and a low of 25. Tomorrow, Friday, mostly cloudy skies in the morning with rain in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 43%, a high of 32 and a low of 26. Then Saturday, rain in the morning with mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 68%, so you better bring an umbrella out and about. We're going to have a high of 31 and a low of 26. And that's what we have for our first block of news. We are going to start our second block of news with something silly. I'm going to call this the crazy things that keep Paco awake at night. And this is one of them. This is Eddie Rabbitt. He was an American country music singer and songwriter, responsible for several hits. As you can see, he's a masculine dude. He's a handsome dude. He's a studly dude. And one of his hits was called I Love a Rainy Night. Such a beautiful sight. And you may or may not remember the song, and you may or may not remember that once you get to the chorus, well, the chorus sounds like this. But I love a rainy night. I love a rainy night. Ooh, ooh. So what keeps me awake at night? The ooh, ooh part. Because in my mind, and this really happened last night, I kept thinking to myself, okay, so did Eddie Rabbitt think at the time that going ooh, ooh was going to be sexy or silly? Did the idea to go ooh, ooh come from him? Or maybe he thought it was going to be silly and his record producer said, no, come on, it's going to be sexy. So, I Love a Rainy Night, ooh, ooh. Is it sexy or is it silly? In my mind, I have just activated a poll that is going to show up on your screen. So you can help me decide whether I Love a Rainy Night, ooh, ooh, is sexy or silly. Where did the poll go? Oh, good. So you're gonna be voting on that. We'll take a look at your results. Personally, I think a masculine-looking dude like Eddie Rabbitt going ooh ooh, I don't know. I think somebody talked him into it. Poor man, he's resting in his grave. So why are we bothering with him? I don't know. It just keeps me awake. I'm weird that way. Yesterday's Spotlight was a lot of fun. Maria Ammerman from Christ Church by the Sea joined us and talked to us about the different activities that go on at this congregation, both the services that the church has and also other events such as a blessing of the animals that they're going to have this weekend. If you want to watch the interview, if you've been wondering whether there's a place for you in Puerto Vallarta to express your own need for spirituality and prayer and religion, you may find this interview rather interesting. And of course, yesterday, yay, I went to Plaza Caracol and I got my tickets for the Lucha Libre for me and my friends. There you go. This is going to be on Saturday. I'm really looking forward to that. It should be a blast. If you want to get tickets, tickets are still available for sale at Plaza Caracol. I believe you have to go after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I ended up going twice yesterday because I didn't realize you had to go after 3. But that is what I did. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited because I'm bringing all my English-speaking friends to see the Lucha Libre. Come join us. It should be a lot of fun. And this is something that I caught on Facebook this morning. I just want to read the text that accompanied this post. And it says, as the rains bless us with lush greenery, they're also hiding important intersections, and our beloved Amapas Neighborhood Association funded walking path under a veil of foliage. We've teamed up with a fantastic resource ready to tackle a major cleanup along the highway for only 7,500 pesos. This is approximately $390 American or $500 Canadian. Would you consider donating to help us reach this goal? Says Amapas Neighborhood Association. Your support is vital for our exciting 2024 highway safety project that will reveal soon. If you ask me, I love a nonprofit that doesn't only just reach out and says, give us money, but when a nonprofit has a specific amount as a goal and they tell you exactly what the monies are going to be used for, it deserves our attention in our book. So hopefully, if this is important to you, we will share a post, a link in the show notes. So you can donate if you can. There is a link available in the post that I read, and I'll include it in the show notes later on. And of course, I often talk about how I get the warm fuzzies when I find out of English-speaking folks exploring other parts of Mexico and venturing into our history and our culture. So I was quite happy to learn that First Lady Jill Biden made a visit to the Frida Kahlo Museum in Mexico City as part of her presidential inauguration trip. I wish to believe that she was not suggested the visit as a political statement or as a statement in general. And oh my God, I think I'm going to. Oh. Ooh, 2 sneezes in a row. Anyhow, I certainly hope that Dr. Biden chose to make this stop out of her own curiosity and not because her team suggested that she go. And I certainly hope that she enjoyed her visit to Frida Kahlo's museum in Coyoacán. If you ever go to Mexico City, I think this is a required stop. And now, well, let's take a quick look at your comments after this. But before we start with your comments, let us bring some closure to this adventure with Eddie Rabbit. 38% of you think it is sexy that he goes ooh, ooh, and 63% of you think that it is silly. Thank you for that. I think I will sleep better tonight. Yes, indeed. And now let us take a quick look at your comments. Well, I love a rainy night. Ooh, ooh. Not for me. Let's see. Good mornings. Many good mornings. 10 days, says Kathy. Love it. Let's see. Oh, what a great place to be. Charles is Glenn. Charles Glenn is in Morelia. I haven't been to Morelia in a while, but it's a beautiful city. Let's see what else we have here. Boom, 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 boom. Muffin. Buenos días from the Alto Lavado in Basilio Vadillo. Since we have a car for the next few days, we're treating her to a much needed spa day and then filling her tank before driving down the coast. I love it. Good for you. And here I am thinking about you, Logan, because I know that you ride the bicycle path on a regular basis. Would folks like me to go walking around the new and improved lateral road? If so, just write the word lateral by itself and I'll schedule a walking tour along the new lateral before the end of the week. Let's see. They should haul a few loads of garbage to the old mayor's house, says Chris. What would that accomplish? Says Paco. It's a nice wish, but I do wonder what would that accomplish. I thought the city purchased several trash collector trucks several months ago. What's with the situation? Well, Spencer, that's a great question. The city purchased a bunch of trucks last year, but then they all went into disrepair. We talked about this a few weeks ago, actually. And I even went back to look at the original date in which the city announced all these trucks. Well, apparently all the trucks broke down really quickly and there was no money to buy the spare parts that were needed to repair them. I don't get it. That's, it is what it is. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, just like so many things, you've got to strap it on before taking a ride. I hear you, Logan. I hear you. They need to expand the chair law to airports and have chairs in the terminal areas. If you're thinking of chairs for people to sit down, yes, but the law actually has to do with employees, not so much with passengers. Or maybe you are thinking employees as well. Boom, boom, boom. Dun, 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 dun. I remember Eddie Rabbit, driving my life away will now be stuck in my head all day. Thanks, Paco. My pleasure. Let's see. I watched the Spotlight late last night. It was interesting. Thank you for that, Karen. I'll be the first person to say I could use a little religion and a little spirituality in my life. Will it be at this church or at this time? I don't know, but I was so very happy to make the connection, and I hope the connection is useful for at least one or two or 100 or 200 or 2,000 of you out there. I really do. Christopher says, thank you for all you do. See you at Lucha Libre. Looking forward to learning to curse from the abuelas. That makes two of us. That should be a lot of fun. I should bring my audio recorder just to record some of the colorful metaphors. I'll think of something. Didn't the new Mexican president term used to begin on December 1st? That is correct, Jonathan. This is the first year that the inauguration was moved to October 1st by law. Don't know why this was the case, but it has been moved. Boom, boom, boom. Mark adds, the Freedom Museum is awesome. I don't know if you went, Mark, in this last visit you took, or if you had gone prior to that. But if you went, I think it is awesome. Boom, boom, boom. Hola, Paco. I think the city should put in at least half as a good gesture. Half of what? I am sorry, I'm missing the context of this, Tony, but But I think the city should definitely do all kinds of chingaderas as a good gesture. That's for sure. Several of you say lateral, so I'll be happy to go and have a look up close at what's going on there. Oh, and Muffin says lateral, and I'll join you on the wheels. Actually tested it myself yesterday on the way home between El Estadio all the way back to my home. The path certainly gets a bit dodgy in a few spots. Well, again, it's barely finished. I'm sure they're still working on details. Take your recorder and then have a show on the way to use these new terms. I love it. Purum pum. And the final comment that I see today. When driving south in Mismaloya along the side of the Barceló Hotel, try the restaurant Maria Cuquita. You won't be disappointed. I will add that to my list of restaurants to try. So many eateries now, it's not even funny. And I'm only talking about Versalles. I went back to Barbacao yesterday. I cannot stop going to Barbacao. It is so good, it's not even funny. And this brings us to the end of today's broadcast. As always, I thank you immensely for your support, and I thank you for mentioning what we do, for subscribing to our channel, for liking the posts, for sharing the information. It all goes a long way to support everything that we do. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you again tomorrow morning for more coffee and headlines. Have a good one.